So my psychology principle that I'm doing, my principal application on is the visualization one. And essentially what visualization is picturing something in your mind, something with a positive outcome, and essentially what this does is it primes your brain for that situation and primes it for success. So you kind of like know what you're expecting here. Um, and this has actually been very relevant to me lately. I have a I have this electric shocking device and this heat pad because I have a torn hamstring right now. And I'm pretty big into the gym. I'm a pretty big athlete. And it's been seriously bumming me out to not be able to do that. So what I've been doing alongside what I'm doing right now is actually I visualize my leg working again, and I visualize being able to squat heavy, so I can pack the pounds back on. I'm getting a little skinny. I'll give a quick demonstration now. One thing that I also realized from the quiz and the reading and stuff is that the more sensations you can put into this, then the more you can kind of get out of it, essentially. So the way your brain works is essentially all these like sensory inputs, they kind of reinforce the connections in your mind. And the more these sensory inputs you have, the thicker those connections are formed, the faster they can form well. Because I mean, it's just like, more data in lets you build more. It's like more bricks build more of a road faster. So what I've been doing is I'll like treat myself with this, just to get it like tenderized and stuff. And then what I'll do is I'll close my eyes. I imagine myself at the squat rack. It's almost like a whole little ritual. I've been doing it every morning. But I close my eyes. I imagine myself in the squat rack with my bar here. It's got two plates on each side. It's really heavy. And I squat down. I feel the pain in my hamstring as I'm squatting down, which is bad. But the key is to have a positive visualization here. Because your brain kind of thrives off of positivity or negativity and what you feed it. And it's good to, have things be positive, just for your own kind of like mental health and well-being. What I do is I close my eyes. Imagine I have this really big, heavy bar back here. I'll be at the squat rack. I get down kind of to get it. I get up with the bar, take a few steps back. And then I have to go down. And it's really heavy. Oh, it's really slow. I feel the contraction in my hamstring. I feel the pain a little bit. But I get a nice deep squat. And then I push up with a lot of effort. And I get it. And then I walk back to the squat rack, set it back down. And, I've just done a rep of 2 plates. And though I haven't really played with it as much, you can incorporate more senses into this. So what I'm just doing is giving myself kind of like the physical connection with it. Obviously with like eyesight, it's a visualization. You're picturing yourself in the first person doing that. And essentially the more senses you can add to this, the better. So something I'd like to experience with, or something I'd like to also include with this would be, say, playing my gym playlist. Smell might be a little difficult to incorporate. Maybe if I get really sweaty beforehand. But I don't know if I'm going to take it that extreme. But really, it's just about saying how many of these senses can we combine to create the greatest effect. Because, like I said, the more senses we can combine, the better connections we can form. And the better those connections we can form, the better we can get our mind-muscle connection kind of used used to that situation and ready for that situation. And the mind muscle connection, I mean, as a lifter, it's a very big thing. But it kind of extends to more than just, or the mind body connection, I think, is more appropriate. That extends to more than just, being in the gym. It also extends to, say, school. I'm a mechanical engineer, and I've also experimented with this practice for, in the morning, I'll be sitting at my desk. I'll be just like typing on my keyboard, just typing gibberish, like I'm pretending to code or pretending to, pretending to do some hard homework. And really, I think these practices are very helpful. They're very beneficial in preparing the mind for what to expect. I think a big challenge a lot of people have, and I personally have this too, is when you go into a difficult thing, like let's say I'm starting my engineering homework, and it's much more difficult than I expected. I imagine it to be difficult, to be very challenging in my mind. This homework is very difficult. It's very confusing. I'm typing in the calculator, but slowly but surely I figure it out. And then I imagine myself in the test. Slowly but surely I figure it out. I know what every problem is asking. I know how to solve it. And I receive this test back from the teacher, and it's 100. I really hope I do get 100. That'd be great. But yeah, that's visualization. It's been a good practice experimenting with it, and I do think I'll be using it in the future. So yeah.